if you guys enjoy the Quests and Jests content here on this channel, check down below for the link to our Discord, our YouTube channel, Azrael's TikTok, Azrael DM Canadian, CDN, and my Twitch channel. And you can find us here on twitch.tv/quests, the letter N, Jests, every Sunday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. and every other Tuesday, including the upcoming Tuesday, at 6 p.m. Come stop by and have a good time. It's all yours, Dungeon Master.
Alrighty. Does anybody remember what we did last session, which was a couple weeks ago? With that enthusiastic level of participation, I mean, I guess that's a resounding no.
I do, right. I just didn't want to be...
Funny thing is I kind of remember, and I wasn't even here, but that's because I watched the video.
Well, remember, inspiration's in it for anybody who wants to take over.
I wasn't technically here, so somebody else.
You can still do a recap, that's fine. Donnie? Or Springer?
Sure. 2 weeks ago, we were investigating the safe house of what's her name, Seher. Seher? Yes.
Seher, yeah.
Basically to try and figure out what had happened, and we think some sort of devilish beast attacked and kidnapped her and took her somewhere. And then after we went to the tea house, the coffee house, to talk to some people who maybe spoke to her. And at the coffee house, the guards that were also investigating the disappearance and murder of these people kind of got angry at us for showing up again at the coffee house, and they started a fight. And we smacked them down and started drinking coffee with them as well at the end. And I'm sure there's important stuff I'm forgetting. Seher was seen with an older man, with a merchant, and a Chinese woman. We have her favorite bottle or something like that. Rose Garden Chinese liquor or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So one of the clues that you found was a list of paper with 3 locations on it and 3 items in connection to those locations. And of the first that you decided to visit was this coffee house, where it was a bottle of Chinese liquor. And you spoke to the old woman who owned it to learn a little bit of where Seher went and where she might have gone after that. After your little barroom blitz, you also kind of made friends with one of the step warriors by the name of Dogar. I think that's sort of where we left off with a level up for all my buddies.
And we never rolled dice for the level up.
Hit dice?
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh, go ahead and do that now.
Oh, yeah. Did I do it on...
January?
Nicomund definitely didn't, and he's going to roll a d8. 6.
That's a 6, not
Sweet.
bad.
I did not. Yep. Okay.
No, because she said we'll do it on stream.
Well,
yes.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to add an extra hit die. Like, I remember what my old HP was. I just wanted to be sure. I just don't know what my hit die actually is. Let me double check. D8.
Yeah.
So, Nicomund, remember to update your D&D Beyond sheet just to keep track, and I'll do it on...
Big
I'll
money.
Do it on,
D4
February.
plus 2. No,
Oh, there we go.
No! I'm the tank! I can't roll 3s!
You should roll 8s like I did.
Uh-huh.
rolled a 2!
So the most...
Constitution mod, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I
but
should
when
have
we
40
imported, that
hit
should
points.
already be put in.
But she already imported it.
Oh shoot. I had done
Yeah.
fixed HP. I don't think I rolled my other 2.
Do you want to roll it now? The first one should be full. Or you can
I'm
just
a
stick
little
with
scared.
fixed HP.
Well, I mean, it makes sense that I would have. Everybody else rolled it, right?
All right, mine's good. I figured out how to do it.
You did? Perfect.
Yes.
On,
So 17, 18, 19.
on 4d8, I've rolled 17. But if you
Oh.
take away the
Yeah, but-
fact that the first level is max, we're not doing so good on rolling our hit die as Hakeem.
Okay, so what's
That
your
is
health at
painful.
now?
Well,
Hakeem, Betty, what's your total?
33.
Okay.
Sorry.
so
No worries.
I was doing the math as to how below average my rolls have been.
7.
Derek, buddy, what's your total supposed to be?
33.
33. Okay.
Okay, I only lost 1 hit point off of average, so that's not bad.
I'm averaging a 3 when I roll my hit die for level ups.
It's like Tobias.
So mine should be 37. Oh, look at that. It is 37. No, that's on my. Never mind. Me.
Chat, please
My
bless
brain
my
is
hit
not
die.
working. 30. Okay.
Derek, yours is being very strange. Give me a second.
Is my dog on the board? Yes, my dog is on the board. Oh my god, my dog is so cute.
Hey, that is pretty
Distracting.
cute.
I mean, I
The
updated
dog.
my D&D Beyond, so I can just import it again.
Go for it.
Except for I think he's a medium creature. So his token should be bigger.
He's a puppy.
Yeah. He's so cute.
That's why I made him tiny for now.
Okay. Oh, he's so cute. Can you show everybody? Pop it out. I wanna see.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I'm like stoked.
This is what Tekuani looks like.
It's so cute. She's adorable.
It's so soft and fuzzy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, I love her.
as you, I think everybody's ready. Let's move in to the game.
She would be
It
beside
seems-
me.
You can drag her token.
So, just a question before we go into it. If I was down 10 health from before, should I go back down to 10?
You can.
That's what I did.
heal up. You can do that too. I'll put you down 10.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh no.
I don't remember how much I was down. If I, yeah, because I got shot, but didn't someone heal me? No,
Yeah,
I think
it's when you level up. Fenric, you healed 24 damage. So let me check. I have no clue, just minus a couple. Because I know you took some damage. It's been a while since we're back in, but let's get back into the game. As you all look around, you have one clue to the puzzle of the missing Seher. The guards seem to be somewhat more warmed up to you guys now. One of them is actively talking to Nico and making small talk while the rest would go about their day. What would you like to do?
So to
Yeah.
recap, we were still heading to 3 different places. This coffee house was just the first of them, and we still got to head to.
Let me find it for you.
I can't remember. If I could see it on
dripping
the
candle,
map,
the steaming pot, which is where we are now, and the horse bazaar.
correct. Yes, that's correct.
The steaming pot is the coffee shop. That's where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And the dripping candle's a high-end tavern.
Was that the high-end one, or was that the...
Okay, I posted it in chat, which is the note that you found. Okay.
Is that the high-end one? I thought that was the one that people didn't want to go to because they assumed there were bugs on the floor and we didn't check.
Let me check for you.
No, I think the high-end tavern place.
The high end
in
was the golden
that's the
quarter.
fancy one.
Okay.
The dripping candle. I just remember it being off of the candle street.
No, it was
No,
top
it's-
right of the map.
Yeah, like far east.
Oh, okay. It's a different spot then.
Did
You make the
Alright.
map.
Yes.
do not snap your fingers at me like I am slave.
Did I snap my fingers at you like you were a slave? I just snapped my fingers at you like you were someone's attention needed to get from across a bar.
Above table, you specified you snapped
No,
your
I know.
fingers
I
at me
know.
like I was okay.
I didn't say slave. I said servant.
I do not work with you or for you. I work with you.
And as I would for any partner of mine from across a crowded room, this works.
It is insulting.
Well, in the areas I come from, it's not that big of a deal.
Where I come from, it's how you signal to someone beneath you.
I won't snap.
Thank you.
Would you rather I whistle like a dog?
What? Names. Names. You know our names.
Nicomund just looks at his hands and wondering how they made that sound.
Right. Well, now that that's covered, and we know that names are what's used to call someone's attention, what's the plan? I was a
Shall
little
we
under
head-
the weather earlier,
Shall we
and
head
I'm
to the
feeling
horse
better now.
bazaar? I think we need to head to the horse bazaar, and that's closest.
Did we get above table? Did we get everything we need from here? We talked to the lady, right?
We talked to the lady, and then we got in a fight.
Yeah, she said they met with Seher 2 days ago and left with an older man, Shazaman.
He had 2 different colored eyes.
Oh yeah, the
And
guy
they
from
spoke
the.
about a garden of roses, and they got really excited. And then another woman, a Turkoman,
Mhm. I mean,
Was-
she's of Turkic descent.
was looking for Seher, and she was described as warrior-like, angry, and she had a horse. My notes. I took notes.
So, I'm gonna look around Horse Bazaar. Horse Bazaar?
Sure.
And I'll
I'm
clap Dolgar on
joking
the
with
shoulder.
that.
And I'll say, well, my friend, we've got to go see a man about a horse.
Well, may you travel safe. Try not to fight any more guards. I pity the guards.
And as we
I-
leave, Nicomund's going to point at the guard captain who's still unconscious on the ground and go, he's going to be fine, right?
No, he's not unconscious. I healed.
He's not unconscious.
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
healed him.
You healed.
Never
him.
mind
I
then.
was going
I-
to.
I told him to get up. Stop being a little bitch.
Oh, while
He's
he's
kind of-
on the ground, I'm gonna pull out my calligrapher supplies, and I'm going to autograph his armor and pat him on the
Hey,
chest.
hey.
Just for you, I promise you autograph. First you get beat, now you get autograph. It's good day.
He sort of just gives into it resigned. The captain is thoroughly embarrassed. As you guys head out, let me bring you to the city map.
I love my dog.
My dog. You exit the Steaming Pot Coffee House. It is now a good portion to the afternoon, heading towards the later part of the afternoon.
Horse Bazaar?
Horse Bazaar.
Sure.
All right. Is that what
Slavic
you wrote?
sword?
Slavic
Oh.
sword was here?
Yeah.
Jeez. The poor guy.
Lead the way, Arion.
Sure.
Where's my mouse?
I'm gonna get on my horse,
Mhm.
because I'm not fucking walking.
Can I check one thing? Are you able to drag the party token where you want to go?
Yes, I can.
Perfect.
Is the Horse Bazaar down, like
You
here?
remember?
The bottom right. Yeah.
Okay. So then
Alright.
we walk. Doop doop.
Doop, 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 doop.
Don't ask
I love
me why I
how-
doop doop.
Yeah. I love how Arian's like, these legs, they're not meant for walking, they're meant for riding.
100%. I guess we'd go like
Um,
through here and then down and then into the bazaar.
Yeah. As you walk through, I want everybody to roll me perception checks or insight. It's up to you.
Perception or insight?
Mm-hmm. I can't choose two, otherwise I'd request roll, but
There we
go
go.
for it.
Can my dog roll perception too?
Sure. By all means.
She
Please.
gets advantage, I believe.
On smell.
Hearing and smell, isn't it?
I
Oh,
would
never
say
mind. Why
at
is it
this
a...
moment, it doesn't apply. What I'm asking for is more of a visual, sort of general
Okay.
perception. Okay,
Passive
so
perception
that's
is 15.
for the
Perception
puppy?
is wisdom?
Yes.
Right there. She is too busy bouncing around. She was excited from the fight. She's getting a little bit rowdy. She needs a nap.
Alright. Well, Tekwani is busy. Nicomund rolled a 21. Fenric rolled
23.
an insight. 23 on insight. Derek rolled 10 on perception, and Hakeem 11 on perception.
I rolled a 20.
Ari rolled a 20. Okay. So, Nicomund and Fenric, as you guys are passing by through the city, there's something about in the air. You look to the corners as you pass by, just checking for danger. It seems people are slightly more wary. You can possibly attribute it to the fact that there was 4 murders recently. Or it could be something else. Maybe the looming war, maybe... Who knows?
Are there
People
people?
showing onage.
Are there people staring at anything in particular? Are they staring at us?
From what you can see, it's not you in particular staring at. They just seem to be moving. Their eyes are focused on the ground. Most people have this sort of worried crinkle, or they're moving quickly, not really talking, chatting much like you would expect in a busy market. You know, they're not browsing. They sort of get something and then sort of rush back to other places. There is palpable tension. Derek and Hakeem, you get a little caught up in the throng of people moving about in the afternoon, right as the sun hits its zenith. There's sort of a little bit of heat coming through. It's a little packed. Can get a little bit claustrophobic, especially after the long journey you took here, where you had lots of open space. Are you, with your perception check, from your vantage point atop your horse as you're riding through, at the corner of your eye, you notice a couple of people who look sort of more ragged, almost like beggars or street people, people who live without homes. And there seems to be some sort of. They look a little ill. You're not sure if it's maybe like part of the fact that they don't have a house, but there's something about them that just strikes your notice.
And they look sick.
Mm-hmm. You notice some of them are, especially where they cluster together, there's like groups of 2s and 3s. That's what caught your notice, because rather than panhandling or whatever else that they usually do, they seem to be huddled and talking or seeking shelter in the darker corners of passageways.
Okay.
Some of them are coughing, some of them look a little pale, a little bit fatigued. But the bazaar opens up.
I probably would lean down to Derek. Be like, Derek, there's sickness. People are sick. And I don't know that I've heard of bad things in cities when people get sick. And it's scaring me. And I pop my mask down.
Well, when you get cities, you tend to get, like, yeah, people get sick. What makes you concerned about this sickness?
There's a lot of them. Then I point out the different groups of people. Be like, they're sick.
Does it just look like it's a bunch of the, like, just the homeless people that are mainly have this sickly look, or is it just like, scattered people in general?
I'm sure she points it out at looking. It seems to be those who do not have houses, and those who are on the less fortunate side seem to be the ones that are clustered together for now.
Okay. Well, there seems to be something larger going on in the city at the moment.
You walk up to the
Perhaps
horse bazaar, and a couple people walking out, a couple people walking in.
No, I'll just keep behind Aryun and Shiru, and then just keep on moseying along.
Okie dokie. How are you? What are you doing? You're at the horse bazaar. Who's taking the lead?
I say the person on the horse takes the lead.
Hurry, and you've been here before, right?
Well, I mean, we were all here. Well, Derek and I were here. Derek was here?
Mm-hmm.
Was I here?
I was here.
Maybe we talk to the guy that Derek talked to and see if. No? What no?
Sorry, I'm at Booty. Put that away, Booty.
Are you trying to drink again?
No.
as you guys seem to be hesitating in front, you see a man that's sort of more wealthily dressed. He has like a very nicely embroidered sort of shawl that he has wrapped around, and he sort of says, "Welcome, welcome to the horse bazaar." And he seems to be talking specifically at Aryun with her mask on her horse. Perhaps a new mount for your companions or servants.
Well, they might want a mount, and I look at everybody else and go, "Do you want a mount?" It does make traveling easier.
I don't think I can afford one right now.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. How
How much do horses go for?
how
My
much would
friend.
an okay riding mount, like a riding horse, go for? I don't know how well these folks would handle a war horse.
They certainly do not look like the type that could handle war horse. Our horses of the finest quality. We had them specifically imported. He sort of goes into his whole sales spiel as I try and find out how much a horse costs. Give me a sec.
I would
think they're
prefer
like
camel.
25 gold or something like that.
The prices he gives you are sort of like a draft horse would be around 50 gold pieces. A riding horse is about 75. War horse would hit in the hundreds, depending on how well trained or what kind of training it's received so far.
And a camel?
I'll walk.
A camel, it
Yep,
goes for
Booty
50
was-
gold pieces.
Okay, yeah. Booty was curious about the camels.
That's unfortunate. Do you have any? You can see some of my equipment is quite utilitarian, but we're now in the city. Do you have anything to spice up and make like my bridal look more fancy to blend in with the city?
I do not know if I can modify your current one, but we also have a collection of saddles. I do not particularly sell them, but I have a friend that I know of that I can give you a referral to. He will give you the best prices, I promise.
I did not know horse vendors sell wedding dresses.
I beg your
What?
pardon.
And I didn't know Ariane was getting married. She said she wanted to
What?
make her bride look good.
No.
Bridal.
What is
Bridal.
It's
Bridal?
different thing.
Ooh?
Yeah,
What is bridal? I never ride
it's
Do you
horse.
not the dress.
Do you see the straps on her head that's attached to a metal thing in her mouth, and then there's like leather that attaches to my hands?
Ah.
That's a bridle. All of it together is a bridle. Yes. Well, I appreciate your referral. I will definitely go and talk to them. Have you by chance seen a woman and I would kind of describe the woman as I was described her to me.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
Oh.
traveling with a man with 2 different colored eyes. It's very important that we find her.
I remember the guy with 2 different. Yes, they were an odd pairing. They were talking to Timur over there. He's not a merchant, but he is dealing with several of the merchants on behalf of another warrior lady. I do not see him at the moment, but you could look out for him. He sort of gives you a vague description of what Timur would look like.
I will definitely go and see him about that. On another note, have you by chance seen a young colt? And I would give the description of. I'd have to look it up. I'm not exactly sure what he looked
You
like.
give him the description of your colt that you're on the lookout for. Let's see. A colt. Ah, this one. It was a rather impressive young horse. there was talk about it in the bazaar. People were trying to buy and sell for it. It is no longer here. It was gone several weeks ago, I believe. Or was it days?
Do you happen to know who bought him and where they were headed?
Ah, yes. They were headed out of the city before the gates closed. I do believe they were part of the caravan heading to Merv. Let me see. So he starts mumbling to himself. Yes. Merv, there is a festival or a celebration happening sometime soon. I think the leader of the city had a son that was just born, and one of the important scholars just made like a discovery or so of sorts.
And the person that took the cult, do you know who that was?
I do not remember. They bought
That's okay.
quite a few, and there were several caravans. I just remember they headed in that direction.
I very much
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yes. The Emir Ahmad, that is the name of the man who had a son. It was quite the news.
Wonderful. I very much
So-
appreciate your time.
Just a question to clarify above the table. So the note had like the horse bazaar, and then it was drawings beside each description, was it? So like an arrowhead from a warrior who hunts during the full moon.
Here's a drawing and a little scribble next to it.
Okay.
It's sort of handwritten, sort of scratched together, so it's not like a calligraphy kind of note. It just sort of seems like she wrote something in shorthand. That seems a little bit confusing to those who don't know what she might speak. Maybe it's a hidden meaning inside or something of the sort. Maybe it's direct. It's up to interpretation.
And which one of us has the note right out? Is that still with Hakeem, or did I take it?
I think you're the one that found it.
I found it and gave it to Derek.
Yes.
There is a crudely drawn arrowhead on the note with the horse bazaar, if that means anything.
There's also a couple words that say, like, warrior, hunting during full moon, something like that.
Okay.
And the guy
then,
that he told us, the guy that he told us to go talk to was a warrior?
The description that he gave you, he did look warrior, like he definitely wasn't the leader. It seems this is the guy that's doing the trade on behalf of somebody else. He said he's still in the market somewhere.
Okay, yeah, that guy. Okay, yeah.
Timur, I'll put the name in for you.
Oh, I was
Timur,
close.
and that's the guy connected to the colorful-eyed dude. And the lady we're looking for, right?
Yeah, they were talking to some people, one of whom is Timur.
Okay.
This sounds like it could be a very interesting festival. When did you say it was going to happen again?
I believe it is, let's say, 12 days from now. I think almost 2 weeks. There have been solid preparations going on for quite a while. It's an important occasion.
Perfect.
I note down that date.
So we have time to... right? We have time to find our friend and then go there. Does anybody else have any questions for our good friend here?
Yes, I just want to know if he knows anything about a warrior who hunts during a full moon. Does that sound familiar in any way?
You could make a general history check or straight intelligence, or you could roll me something else to see if anything makes sense to you or your character.
Oh, I was asking him.
Asking him? He says, warrior, I do not know. Well, he points around at all the Mongol steppe raiders. No, plenty of warriors and an arrowhead, I would guess, an archer of sorts. I do not know about this full moon.
Can I roll history about that? Because I just want to see if I would know anything about that.
You can roll with advantage.
I can roll with advantage? That's good, because mine
Mhm.
sucked.
Would
Yes.
I know anything given my fighting times? They were mostly
would
in
say
the
not.
gladiator pits, though.
I would say not in this instance.
16.
I too got 16.
Oh, interesting. Okay, sort of at the same moment your minds go in slightly different directions, are you? And you think about your past, and you remember that for certain steppe raiders and certain tribes, they like to go, as an old tradition, go raiding when it is the full moon. And you, how do I say this? What's your name again? Derek. Derek, you remember from certain stories that you heard on the way here that tribes, you think about like a legendary figure that you've heard of that might go, that had once gone hunting on full moon. It was a celebration connected to like a sort of story that you remember.
When's the next full moon?
Right now, the moon is waxing. What does that mean? If you look at your season
It's
calendar,
3 days.
It's getting.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, waxing is it getting larger, and then waning is whenever it's past the moon and it's getting smaller again.
From
Right.
what you remember last night, it's sort of like a fat crescent. So
Okay.
soon to be happening
Croissant?
full moon. It's just a croissant shaped.
Okay, well, thank you again for your time. Here is, I will give him 1 gold piece for his time.
Ooh, fancy. You say he. Thank you.
If you have
Most
any more
people-
information about my friends, if you could pass it along, I would appreciate it. We're
I will
quite an
certainly do so.
eclectic group. I'm sure everybody will know where we are.
Your presence stands out, my lady. Not people don't usually part freely with their money. Thank you.
Did I
Mr.
make a mistake?
Doesn't seem like he
I'm-
just seems appreciative at first
I
glance.
kind of walk past Ari and just pat her on the shoulder. It's like, I'm teaching you well, apparently.
So I did not make a mistake.
Mr. Horseman.
No, you can often get information from people
By being friendly.
Yeah, and friendly with your purse, and if you can pay it forward sometimes, and then maybe they remember you, and when certain information comes their way.
Right. I'm happy I did something right. I'm not good at this stuff.
He sort of takes his leave off of you guys and goes back to his business. Yes?
No, never mind.
You wanted to ask him something?
Yeah.
No, what
Before
were
he
you gonna
goes?
say?
The sick people. How long have they been sick? Is this going around
Sick?
whole city? Yeah, sick people outside.
Sick people? I do not know of any sick people at the moment, beyond the normal sort.
It seemed like there were a few of the homeless, of the poor, that were sickly. They were huddling together.
Aye, that is common, no?
True
Life
enough.
is
True enough.
a difficult world, yes.
Hmm.
If I find anything interesting, I will try to locate you.
Thank you. I very much appreciate it.
There! And he points, that is Timur, right there in the far corner. and you see about like 300 meters away, a corner of the bazaar. What looks like they don't Capitan. I'll show you his picture.
Ooh.
He's sort of dressed in like layered sort of leather armor, and he has a step bow sort of attached to his back. Rather than size, it seems to be more of a curved shape. His hair is sort of loose, a little greasy looking, and sort of hanging around his face. And he's sort of talking to somebody quite animatedly.
He's cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
We should find
Nicomund
out
will
if he's
point.
single.
Nicomund will point out the door and then just walk out towards him, still pointing half the way.
Ah. Right.
He's gonna get himself
I-
killed.
Yep.
Ah,
Yes, he is. Can I kind of ride over? I would take my mask off because if he's a step warrior, he probably knows what the mask means. So I take my mask and put it on my head and kind of
Okay.
ride over, and as I'm getting close, I want to see if I can hear anything.
All right. How stealthy are you being, or just slowly walking?
I'm just slowly walking towards him.
I
At this point, I don't think that I need to worry about it because I'm new to this shit.
I would like to break off of the main group and try to circle around stealthily towards the nearest exit to this guy.
Okay.
I'm assuming I need to make a stealth check.
Yes, please. As for the rest of you, Nicomund, are you just pointing and walking straight to the guy, or to the...
Well, once Ariun kind of takes the lead, I'll drop my arm, but I'm still walking at him.
Okay. Hakeem, that's a 15. All right. Hakeem, he doesn't seem to notice you. He's quite agitatedly sort of discussing Aryan. As you walk up, you see he's sort of talking about certain supplies for horses. Similar to you, he's talking about a new saddle, a couple of saddlebags that he seems to be haggling for the price.
Is he talking to the guy that I was told to talk to about equipment for horses?
I believe it appears to be so. Rather neat little
Awesome.
coincidence.
Thank you, quest accepted for the raid.
Ooh, nice.
Hey, how's it
Hello.
going?
Welcome, viewers. We are currently
Welcome.
trying to talk to Mr. Dreamy Edgelord with a bow.
Yeah,
Guy.
throw the picture back up. Throw it
Throw
up.
the picture back.
He is my new boyfriend. I haven't talked to him, but he's my new boyfriend.
He doesn't
There
know
we
go.
yet,
Giving-
but he's already married.
It's giving like Aragorn, you know.
Bad boys.
Some like him greasy, you know. You can't blame him.
Ew. That is so gross.
I can
To describe his
appreciate
hair.
I can appreciate man who takes time to really hone his craft.
Yeah, I imagine. Okay, yeah, it would be hilarious if we walk up and he stinks like hell. No longer boyfriend. No longer boyfriend.
What if he smells
okay.
like horse? Is that a win?
Well, horse and leather is a win.
Horse, leather, sweat, it all just kind of like mingles in. Like,
We're just getting a manly scent. Fuck.
Quest
Oh,
accepted said I'd let him be king of Gondor while sailing a sinking ship into the port.
If this
Amen.
was in a smut book, you would describe it as the musky scent of man.
it totally, yeah. Smells like horse, leather, and the desert, whatever.
Horse
Scourging.
I
leather
don't know
and
why
just depravity.
Yeah.
And body odor.
Oh
Smell of
god.
He's
horse.
wearing leather.
The desert heat making his sweat trail down his skin, glistening off of his hand.
Guys, we found the fanfiction writer in the group.
Oh man. Okay. Fuck. We are so weird.
Nicomund
See,
just
sort
looks
of-
at the party as they stare wistfully off into space.
He sort of whips around, his hair sort of flowing in the imaginary wind as he turns to face you, Arian, when you come up, and he's sort of like mid-argument, then he said, "Can I help you?"
Ooh.
And yeah, I'm giving him a sexy accent.
Yes, are you Timir? Timir? I would say
Oh,
it
that is
properly.
I.
I'm just not saying it. I'm interested if you would be interested in talking to me for a second about my friend.
Well, certainly not as difficult as talking to this one. You can go. I will speak with you later.
I will need to speak to you later too. Bye.
The guy just sort of like he's finally ready. The shopkeeper's like red in the face, and he seems glad for the reprieve. Sort of back to me.
Not to pry, but was he being difficult because he had prices too high, or was he losing things, or was he just not your type?
My type.
I don't know.
No, I was trying to buy certain things in bulk for my my lady, and well, he wasn't being very appreciative of my negotiation skill, shall we say. I prefer the straightforward route.
Who's your lady? Derek is really good at negotiating. He might be able to help.
My lady is Giselle. That name? I did not say that right.
That one you're gonna have to spell out.
Yeah. I'll put it for you.
Whoa.
Yes, we are busy.
Mhm.
That is a name.
She's
Yep.
did not
How do
see
you
a ring
pronounce-
on it.
It's like, how do you pronounce the fancy U with the extra?
It's
Stuff
a
on top.
guzzle.
The look of
been-
disgust.
So disgusted in my life. Never say that again. Giselle, I think.
Sorry.
Try my best.
So, it is. I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to say. Is she like a noble lady?
She
Or-
is a strong warrior. She leads our group.
Ooh, I can appreciate that.
Yes.
You follow
although I
a
must
female
ask-
warrior. Also appreciate
course.
that.
Would you mind if I ask where she's from?
You see his expression sort of frowns a little bit. Well, I would have to ask you why you would like to know. Sure.
You don't. Where I'm from, you don't really hear of many women that leads bands of warriors, so mostly just curiosity.
Oh, we are steppe. We are from the steppes.
Yeah, I give you like a scathing look. Like,
See this? This is not from around here.
right. So sorry about him. Have you, I was led to believe that you have, met with a friend of mine that I'm, trying to find. Her name is, I forget her name. My character remembers.
Seher?
Seher. And her companion of the two different colored eyes. It's quite important.
If anybody's paying attention to his reactions, body language, I would get you to roll me an insight check.
How
Okay.
far
Okay, of course I-
away is the exit from where he is?
He is... I wouldn't say it's a big exit. It's like an informal sort of... like leads into like a horse stall side exit kind of situation. It's about 50, 60 feet away.
Is that close enough for
Arian
me to
does
make
not read
a
people.
check?
You can do it, but you will learn a couple of different things because you're more looking at body language than you are his facial expression. He's turned away from you.
Is it perception or insight? Insight. Sorry.
You can do both. All right. What did you guys roll?
I
We've
rolled
got a
7.
17.
22.
and a
Nine.
16.
I'm keeping the exit locked down.
I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with people that aren't my clan.
Roger. Aryan, with your 7, you're sort of more interested in your own reaction and trying to come off as cool and suave to this cool and suave guy.
Yeah,
Hakeem,
it's not working very well.
you are singularly focused. He just sort of looks like a guy. He's a warrior, clearly. He's got a warrior pose. Weakly warrior like.
Seasoned warrior feature. How tough is this guy?
Ooh, he is fairly decent. Like the kind who's been fighting, training for a couple of years, maybe even from a young age, sort of thing. Could
I'm
take
gonna
on-
move 30 feet closer, but still between him and the exit.
Okay. Quest accepted is killing me.
This
Okay.
chat is just so inappropriate.
Yeah.
Hey, it's our fault. We started it.
Yeah.
I mean, we started talking about spice levels.
Oh boy. All right. Fenric, how much did you roll?
16.
16, and Derek had a 17. Okay.
17.
The two
22.
of you. Oh, right. And Nicomund. You, I will say for Fenric and Derek, you get a couple tells like this guy starts shifting a little bit, moving his sort of weight from foot to foot. He was looking a little bit antsy the more you ask about his lady Aiguzel. Let's see. And Nicomund, it's not so much that you notice his body language as you could have almost sweared you heard a whisper on the wind. You're gonna have to scare it out of him.
And how close are we to him at this point?
Like
We're gonna have
5
to
10
scare
feet.
it out of him?
Only Nicomund hears that. Sort of like right at the edge of your hearing, you feel like a tickle of a breath of wind and you hear that.
Nicomund just look over his shoulders like, no one else heard that?
Somebody's clicking their fingers. All right. Is there anything else I can help you with? I must get back to work.
How close are we to this guy right now?
So you
5, 10 feet.
don't know, so
5,
you
10
don't
feet,
know
okay.
Seher or Shazaman?
I do not know these names that you speak of. Those with a
I'm
higher
gonna-
insight. He's lying.
I'm gonna holding my maul. I'm kind of gonna let it swing down and land on the ground with a big thump. Say,
Ooh.
I'm not sure I believe you, friend. And I'm gonna look at him real close. Kind of cock my eye real weird with a 9 for an intimidation.
That was so close to a nat 20.
Mm.
So you do your best to sort of look intimidating. But it comes off slightly... I don't know how to say this. You know when someone's trying to be scary but just comes off as goofy instead? It's like, I don't know what you're I don't believe you. You know, that kind of
Seeing
thing.
Kind of
as
like
I'm
he went
gonna
to like
step-
intimidatingly drop the maul and like slipped out of his fingers in the last few steps, and he just like legit dropped it.
Mhm.
I don't
I'm,
believe you. And he sort of slipped off. Yeah?
yeah, Fenrir's gonna step forward real quick, just like, okay, it's okay, it's okay. Calm down. We do not mean to try to scare you off. We're just asking some friendly questions, my friend.
Also, somebody saw you with them.
I do not get scared that easily. It's just a big hammer. It's honestly too wieldy. A good arrow is much better.
I mean, that's truth. But you were seen with them.
All right, I did talk to them, yes.
Okay, more than yes would be nice. I'm starting to get a little bit not happy.
Uh-huh. If you're trying to persuade him, somebody try with a charisma, maybe Fenric persuasion, or just straight charisma check. If you're trying to intimidate him, go ahead and roll me intimidation.
Okay. Persuade.
I
We're
will.
trying
I
to
will.
persuade.
I will lean towards the persuasion for the moment, but very ready to drop my mask and tell him to fuck off.
Would you like to maybe do like a help action for Fenric? Like back him
I'll
up sort of
I'll
thing?
I'll step forward and just be like, it's clear to us that you have more information than you're willing to share. And there's two ways I can see this going. One is I let the hammer do the work, or the bow. You said the bow, a good arrow beats a hammer. The little one over there, I've seen him do some horrifying things. There's a reason he wears the mask. So I would love to spare you a level of pain that can only be described as unimaginable. If you just give us a little more information and let us help us find the people that we're looking for.
As Derek mentions me, I'll just like kind of cheer up, like, oh, just get a little like kind of, oh, you're talking about fun times, yes?
That's
on
a
that
little
note,
bit of a deranged look.
I would like to try and persuade.
Okay, you can do so with advantage if Fenric and Aryun are amenable to that, or if they want to
Hell
roll
yeah.
their own.
No,
He's
that's
he's the
fine.
fucking charisma king.
Get it, Rizzler?
I think he can, like, oh, fucking nat 20.
Oh, nat 20.
That would be a 29.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. If it's shopping, I got it. But general persuasion checks, I know who to go to.
Sort of bowl him over with your um, quick flow of words, and you see he sort of shifts a little bit. He sort of shifts and he looks around and sees that you kind of outnumber him. And he says, yes, I talked to the pair. The lady Giselle is going after them because the girl stole something important from her. That is all.
What was
You
stolen?
don't know what he stole?
She had an arrow that was a gift from her late mother. She's quite fond of it, and she was going to use it as her first shot when we go raiding, about 3 days from now. Well, she noticed it was missing, and was like a hound after a scent, tracking down this girl.
Now, what's so special about going raiding in about 3 days? Wouldn't happen to
It was the full
coincide with
moon.
the full moon?
Yes.
And you're
And-
saying
Tradition.
Seher stole this arrow from your lady?
She did. She's a thief, that one.
And after you spoke with them, you have no idea where they went?
They left rather abruptly. That is what got my lady suspicious when she discovered it was missing. Although we do not know how they managed to slip it away from under our eyes.
You showed.
must have-
She showed them this arrow.
No. We were talking about certain things. Do I say this? She seemed interested in learning more about our raid and about our culture, and the man she was with seemed sort of the academic sort. We are not unfriendly. But after they left, well, a couple minutes later, we checked the...
You're breaking up.
After a couple of minutes. Am I still breaking up?
You consistently get to a couple of minutes, and then it stops.
Couple of minutes after talking to them, Discord is screwing me over. Well, basically, thing is that she talked to them. They left. She discovered her arrow was missing. She got suspicious of the last person she talked to. Now, apparently, Lady Aiguzel is on her track.
Did you tell her you said that they were asking about your traditions? Did you actually tell her where you would be going or general direction? Because I would be interested to see if they had gone there.
Oh, we had a general area, but it is rather vast. We're going out to the desert to hunt. Oh, we do not know where the hunt takes us.
What's the game?
Takes a couple of hours. We track something. We find tracks of stray.
Strays, are you?
We tried to track animals, like being.
I
Fox,
think you're
push to talk.
CRISPR's.
Okay.
It's almost like a noise canceling thing.
Okay. Let's check this. Is this better?
Yeah, you're coming through fine right now.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so he basically tells you that they don't have a specific. They have a general location where they will go, and they will go there, find some tracks of a prey, follow it, hunt it down on the full moon. They don't have like we're going exactly here kind of situation, and they certainly didn't share that location with a stranger who was just sort of vaguely interested.
Right.
Now, I'll be honest with you about something. The reason we're looking for her is, did you hear of the 4 women that were murdered? Where was that? Over on the west side?
Murdered?
West Side?
Was sorry. Is that why all the guards have been fussy today?
Mm-hmm. 4 women were murdered. One is missing, and the one that's missing is Seher. Now,
A thief and a killer.
let's not jump to conclusions here. Since you mentioned that you track creatures, is there anything that would come to mind that would be in the city, that would leave large bestial like claw marks on a wall, and perhaps also magical burn marks?
In a city? The most you find in a city are stray dogs, cats, maybe a murderer or two. on a good day.
What could get into a city?
With it locked down like this, especially with Samarkand, there are fairly decent walls. I suppose it could come through the sewer. A creature, you see. Magical. It would be difficult. I do not think. I have not heard of such a thing happening before. It's almost a fairy tale of sorts, the way you describe it.
Yeah, that was in the house. So I don't think she's the one that killed anything. They were her friends.
Maybe she brought divine retribution upon her head. There are mysterious forces
Or
at
that
work in the world.
something else going on, and she wasn't at the part of it.
Oh, my lady could be in danger then. I must go and find my lady. Thank you.
I would caution, assuming she took whatever it is that this arrowhead. It is possible that it was someone else if there is summoned beasties about.
Give me a persuasion check to see how much you get through to him.
I am not good at.
Just in general, as he's like packing up to ride away.
11.
You see he sort of
Not horrid.
gives a little frown. I'll keep it in mind. Seems a little doubtful. But he
Can
didn't
I have
hear it.
advantage because Derek's been like talking up with me?
No. Not in this instance.
I was hopeful.
But good try.
No.
Well, just
You
a
say you're
thought.
going off to find your lady because she might need help. What do you say if we come with you and we have a conversation with her, and we might be able to sort all of this mess out?
I do not know where my lady currently is. I will have to find her. And I think
Also,
if I
if there's
bring
magical beasties, we would be beneficial. We're quite
She's a better fighter than
good
she's
at
a talker.
defending. Yes. And then I drop my mask because at this point he wouldn't have been able to see it, and goes,
I believe that. But I don't think my lady would appreciate if I bring friends of the quarry she is tracking with me. Perhaps we will meet again.
Not friends. More like acquaintances. Not even acquaintances. We don't even know her. Contractors that are looking for the same thing.
Persuasion check would. Yeah, just give me a persuasion check. This guy's stubborn. DC is high.
$20?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
I
forgot
don't
you
care
had
about
that
your
in
high
your
DCs.
plan. Say that. Okay.
Next persuasion
the
check becomes
DC's
a
just
DC
increased
30.
it by 10.
You see he already like got on his horse and the horse is kind of restless and he says, "Oh, that does make sense. All right, keep up." I think the last place she told me she was going was to the hammam, I believe. Come on. He sort of clicks at his horse to sort of gallop away.
Nicomund finally picks up his warhammer. His
Oh,
maul.
he's going quick. That bastard.
Well, he slows down just a little bit to make sure you guys are.
Run,
Start
Forrest.
jogging after him.
Yeah. For the people.
Everybody else is jogging. Fenric is just like,
Oh no, I would reach down and grab Fenric. I'd grab you and put you on my horse.
Buddy.
We have
What's up,
established
buddy?
you're not very quick.
Well, he sort of leads you up there towards the hammam. Gonna reveal some more of the map. Alrighty.
And then Hakeem just like appears out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. It's like, wait a minute, there's an extra?
Who's this guy?
Oh, that's our friend Hakeem. He's also really good in a fight. Probably better than a lot of, well, better than Fenric.
He's good at
Well,
punching
he's
things
super.
in the face.
All right.
He's a really
Come
good
on.
sword.
You better not have any more friends hidden up your sleeves.
Just him.
And the dog.
All right.
Oh, well, I mean,
And this ace of spades. Whatcha?
And my axe. Okay.
And my bow.
Well, you guys head up towards the Misty Lake.
I move 40 feet per movement now.
I'm not gonna
so
count.
my
them.
question is
fancy.
how tired is Derek and Nicomund after that run?
Con save from both of you, buddies.
Sorry.
I mean, how long of a run was it?
I mean,
Couple blocks, but
I'm just checking if they're winded. Nico's definitely winded. The heat plus the distance.
Fenric will reach into a pocket and hand you both some dried apricots.
I'm shadow boxing the whole run, getting my street work in.
Derek, you take out a discreet handkerchief to wipe off sweat, but you're not like panting outwardly like Nicomund is. Nicomund has like hands on knees. He's just sort of like, give me a minute.
It's not discreet.
Oh.
It is fancy.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Just like a dab in the temples.
Mhm.
I was gonna
Yeah,
shake off like a dog and hopefully get some on Derek.
And this is why you ride instead of walk.
You feel great. I am warm, ready for fight.
I just pull up my money pouch and jingle it. You can hear like the few coins in there. Goes, this is why I walk.
yeah. But can horses swim?
Yes.
Yes, they swim very well.
I'm gonna turn to Hakeem and say, "Can they really swim?"
Ah,
They don't technically have a swim speed, but they can swim.
oh,
Mhm.
fancy.
That is nice.
Look at you with all your fancy stuff.
Put so much money into it. I'd like to thank Tom Cardis for his sick ass maps.
I was gonna say that
That looks
courtyard
bad.
looks very familiar.
Mhm,
Almost
Right
like there
into the
was a
water.
one shot that turned into a multi-shot.
Yeah, the one shot that became a 4-shot. Yep.
Yeah,
I remember
listen,
that elevator.
I used the picture and not the map because the map was. So I thought the picture could slip by unnoticed, but I guess not.
Nope.
Well, I
Well,
didn't know anything about the picture, so I think it's fantastic and new and innovative.
thank
No,
you.
No, the picture is
Somebody
great because
appreciate-
last time we used the map, not the picture. That's
Mm.
Damn. Y'all have
yeah.
good
So this is the
memories.
first time seeing it.
Water
I just
demon.
happened to remember that.
There's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
just
a
happened
water
to
demon.
remember that- the giant
I don't
octopus
remember the
things.
map.
I stay away from the water.
You're- Pardon? What did you say, Nico?
I didn't remember the map, so
Okay. Well,
it
I
looks brand new
surprised
to me.
2 out of 4. I'll take it. I'll take it. You and Timur sort of ride up, and it's sort of hitting evening. The sun is slowly beginning to head towards its set. You arrive at the Misty Lake Hammam, which is a bathhouse.
It's a bathtub?
A bathhouse.
Bathhouse.
Mhm.
Ooh, I love bathhouses. I've never been to one. I've only ever.
You
Hey,
like the idea
yeah.
of a bathhouse?
I have
I
been
like the
to a
idea of-
couple. It is nice. Maybe once, twice a year I get bath. It was very nice.
I have
What's a
baths
bath?
more regularly than that. They're just usually in the river
Fenric will just
or
kind
a
of
tub.
It's been a
And
while.
I think
we
they
are
need to
off
take a
track,
bath.
and we should probably follow this dude. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. Sound like
Squirrel.
there's some
It's
murder
fine
investigation
when
going
when
on or
the
anything.
when the whole group shares the same brain cell.
It really does. Timur said, I will look around the perimeter. You stay here. I move faster. And he clicks at his horse and he sort of goes around to go look for Aikizel.
I mean, I'm going to
Nicomund's
stay
gonna
here
walk
because
up
I
to one
don't
of the
want
pools
to.
and wash his face.
Okay. As you approach...
Water spirit.
The water ripples, tentacles,
What if the
reach
water
out.
ripples and a person emerges and it's like a guy with a shock of white hair. He looks fairly old. He was like bathing in the pool. He has like a towel sort of tied around his midriff area. And he sort of looks up at Nicomund and he says, hello. And he has sort of an accent to him.
Do I recognize the accent?
I don't think you would.
And Nicomund will just go, hi, and then rubbing his face.
When Nicomund went in, I would have kind of followed him in, taking a look around. So, do I recognize the accent?
You do. You spent time around those of more of the Western descent. He sort of got an English accent to him. The way he tries to speak his Arabic. And he certainly looks the part. He's a little on the ready side. He's weathered, older, definitely. And you glance to the corner and you see like a pile of clothes, which look, and a sword that lies on top of it. And honestly, if you give it a second glance, you see what looks like a symbol of the Crusaders. We put the picture up for you. Like the emblem. The old Crusaders, maybe.
All of my languages got reset with the upload.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
We'll manage that later. Do you remember what your languages are? I'm taking that as a no.
Russian. And I think ancient
Arabic.
Greek and Latin.
Okay.
In Arabic.
And we all spoke Arabic.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got German, Latin, Thieves' Cant, Arabic.
Well, crap.
I
Good
remember that
thing
we all
we
doubled up on
upload
each other.
all of our replays, including the session 0 of this campaign to YouTube. And if you're curious what languages our characters speak, you should check out our YouTube channel. Shameless plug.
So
After.
I kind of like look at his stuff and recognize the cross and just kind of give a little smile because it's like you don't see it often out here, and I just kind of look him up and down and go, Templar?
Yes.
And what brings you out this far?
Sort of gives you a look over. Retirement. And yourself.
Oh, just sales. Yeah, making people clothes. Investigating murders. You know, it all kind of rolls in together.
Seasoned warrior feature.
He is sort of like a veteran build. He definitely knows how to wield that sword. It's seen some weathering. The way he keeps it nearby him with the grip sort of within easy reach. Even when he's in the bath, he's sort of not completely unarmored.
Got it.
Like, completely exposed.
Well exposed to combat. Got it.
Yep. He sort of gives Derek a nod and he said, "They call me Richard. Richard Bennett. And you are?" He starts speaking in Latin? Old English?
You can. Yeah, Old English is kind of like German. Yeah. You
Old
can call me
English is
Derek.
malt liquor.
You can call me Derek.
A pleasure to meet you. I was captured during a raid. Gained my freedom. I decided I liked it here. Met my wife. Now I stay here.
How long ago were you captured?
Oh, many years.
Interesting. I've just never known Templars that have gotten their freedom anyways, to not seek out their brothers. It's interesting to me.
I did. At first, I went back. But, my wife, she got sick. She wanted to be buried here. So I traveled back. With her.
It's very commendable. I was wondering if you might be able to help. We're looking for a warrior lady that might be around. Maybe you've seen her. I'm probably gonna butcher her name. Iguazel?
Ah, yes. Turkoman, right? Warrior. Yes, she came to ask about another woman. I didn't tell her much.
You didn't tell her much, or you don't know much?
Those are two different things, my friend.
Why did you not tell her much?
She seemed angry. The kind that would hurt another person, kind of angry. And I happened to like the girl I was talking. She's a kind soul.
This is all in Latin or Germanic?
He said Latin. It would make sense for him to speak Latin, so...
Yeah.
Nicomun's
do
gonna
not
look up.
understand.
Are his eyes the same color?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to come across as deceiving you at all. I am also looking for Seher. And I don't know if you're aware that she's disappeared.
Where she's disappeared. Yes, I heard about that as well. Why are you trying to find her?
In truth, because her friends have paid us to find her. I'm sure Iguazel has said the same thing. We honestly spoke with her friends, and I want to say that the name of the woman that sent us over here was something I do know and made a note of.
Asu?
Asu. Asu
Mhm.
sent us.
Oh, we also talked to Daria Nurperdaz, who ran the other spa for ladies only in the front. Is the one who's paying us.
It was less spa and more of like a meeting place. It's like a gathering area for like high tea. Would be the English equivalent.
Yeah, so Daria and Asu have asked us to find Seher. And we did come across her house that was being investigated by the guards after 4 people were murdered inside.
Can
That
I
is
keep
all well
my
and
eyes
good.
open while all that? Sorry, can I interrupt? Can I keep my eyes open to make sure that since I heard the name, that nobody's coming near us? Because I'm gonna
Okay.
keep an eye open for the guy that is gone to find his lady.
Gotcha. You see Richard sort of, when you mentioned that you were doing it for money, you're easy at reading body language, you sort of got this disapproving gleam in his eye. I do not know about her friends, but I will not share any more information, I think.
Can I,
Uh,
understanding Latin and having heard this conversation, can I take my clothes off and get into the same pool but at the opposite end of him?
sure.
So,
He sort of gives you a passing glance.
and I'll just, for everyone else, since you haven't really seen this, Hakim outside of his robes, as he takes off his robes, not describing that stuff, his body is just covered in scars. Like, every single inch from basically below his head down is just covered in all different manners of beast and weapon scars. And then I will turn to... I didn't write this guy's name down.
Richard.
I'll turn to Richard and I go, I also earned my freedom. Mine was through fighting in pits, and I do not fight for money. I fight for what I feel is right.
Persuasion.
Why am I talking again? Oh no!
I'm gonna give you advantage because you literally exposed your secrets to try and sort of empathize with him on his level. Try again.
Oh, so much better. I will also note that as I take these musty-ass monk robes off, it's just like all of a sudden there's a yatagan, and then there's a dagger, and then there's another dagger, and then there's another dagger, and then there's another dagger, and finally the fifth dagger. And then... good.
He is the meme. Okay. With your pile of weapons at the side, he sort of... He considers you for a second, rubs his chin. Very well, old blood. I will tell you something. Seher. She was a simple kid. She told me her story, and she listened to mine. Told me how she lost her lover. And we bonded, we shared. She seemed to understand the pain that I had just gone through, having buried my wife. And then she asked a rather strange question. She wanted the shovel that I had used to bury my wife, so that she could use it when she finds her lover's body. And, well, I'm an old man. I'm a sucker for romance and the poetic sort. So I gave it to her. I did not tell the other lady because I do not know what Seher has gotten herself tangled up in, but I wish her no harm. And, young man, he says, looking at Kim, I trust you will not harm her life or allow anybody else to harm hers.
I will take one of my daggers, cut my hand, and offer the bloody palm to him, and say, on my honor as warrior.
You sort of clasped your hand. On your honor be it. If you're looking for her, I guess she is hard to find. She was talking about the garden, the rose garden. There's one near this hammam, quite famous actually. I haven't seen her yet, but Well. I haven't gone looking. That is all I can help you with.
Is
Is that other guy coming back yet?
I would
Just
say
want to
right
make
now
sure
you
we're
are.
not having a conversation with.
The two of them would have to have gone inside the hammam because the bath is not outside. I would say
Okay,
the
so
pools. There's some pools and areas outside, but the baths proper are inside the building.
okay, so those three, like, they're inside having this conversation, and I'm outside because I'm still on my horse.
Up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the other guy rode around the outside.
He was gonna go
Yeah.
look for his commander.
Okay, so he is not
Yeah.
inside. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep my eyes open for him then, and see what happens. Yeah. Okay, sorry for the interruption.
You're good.
He said that's pretty much all the information he's got.
Yep.
Okay. So on that note, like, they're just kind of like bow slightly and mentions it's been a pleasure conversing in Latin again. You don't hear it very often in this parts of the world. And I do appreciate that. Before he turns to walk away, he just says, "Vad in pace, avus." Turns and leaves.
Translate this for our viewers.
What? You guys don't know Latin?
Nope.
Let's go in peace, grandfather.
I will
And he sort of nods.
run some water through my hair, shake off, get out, put the dusty robes back on.
As he's doing that, Nicomund's going to touch his back shoulder and go, "That scar looks like a bunny rabbit."
Fuck.
It's from a particularly whip.
It was particularly unpleasant.
Looks funny.
Uh-huh. That's why you have the rest of the scars. You were too close to the explosion after you had to use that holy hand grenade.
Not that fucking funny. All right. Well, from whoever's waiting outside. What's his
I'd
name?
be waiting with Aryan too.
Timur?
Timur sort of rides back, and he has someone with him who also happens to be. And he looks like a warrior lady.
Right.
They're riding back. He was gone, I would say, a good 15-20 minutes.
And are they still inside?
So far, Derek and Hakeem have not emerged. I would say, given a couple minutes more, they will probably come out.
Yeah.
If they
So
want to.
at the moment, it's just me and you outside.
I have a map for this. Let's go for that.
What?
I'll put you guys on a map so you know who's where.
I take
Just-
it this is your lady? Timur?
He sort of nods. Give me a second. Derek is inside. I'm putting outside. You're outside. Bam. Active. If it looks familiar, no, it doesn't.
Okay, wait,
The
where
three
am
of
I?
you are in
Oh,
the
I'm
bathroom.
outside.
Yeah.
Alright.
So as we're walking out, Derek just leans over to Hakim and in Latin says, "You've been holding out on me."
I am clicking on the wrong browser.
Nicomund would say, what?
In Latin, they don't share more than I need to.
Yeah, I've come to pick that up. Kind of like switches back to Arabic, so not being rude to Nicomund.
In Russian, I'll say to Nicomund, he was complimenting my build.
Ah, okay. And I'll nod at Derek like, okay, he's got a pretty good build.
We should
And I'll
leave,
follow
no?
those two out.
The way out?
Aryun, look for the doors. Aryun, why is it calling her cheerful? She is not cheerful. Oh well. For my dear viewers, let me show you a picture what she looks like. She's got Aryun, you see this woman sort of with a perfect posture on her horse. Sort of appearing she's got these irritated expression on her face. And she has like her hair braided in a bunch of braids. Short sword at her side, again, similar armor with that sort of like layered pattern and a bow. And she seems to be talking quite rapidly with Timur.
Can I?
Is at the front. Yep.
As they're walking up, can I hear what they're saying, like before they get to me?
The general gist is she's scolding him for revealing where she is when she's on an important mission and for disturbing her. Timur sort of looks abashed.
Sorry. I'm sorry. We're kind of looking for the same person, and thought perhaps you might know some things, and I kind of forget why we wanted to go with her. So I've squirreled. I'm sorry.
You can talk over the table to remember if you want.
Above table, we basically just, if she was going to find Seher, we wanted to get there with her, but she thinks Seher is a thief and might not be too kind to finding Seher, so we probably shouldn't share info with her.
Yeah. Okay. So lady, and I would say her name, and it would be Mongolian. Is it Mongolian?
It's sort of a mix between Turkish and Mongolian. You're not really able to place it.
Oh, it's Cumin that I
She's
speak.
Turkish. She's Turkish. That's what it is.
Timur said that you think that she had stolen your arrowhead, and that you were looking for her. But did you see her steal it, or did you just think she stole it?
It was there. We talked to her and her friend. She left. A couple minutes later, it was not there. I may not be a scholar, but even I can put two and two together, I think.
But were you, like, in a big crowded area? Because I know there are things called pickpockets.
I am perfectly aware. Who are these people?
Well, I am Aryun Shara of Clan. I have that somewhere. Clan. Go. Shit. Whatever my clan's name is.
Batar. And Nicomund and Derek and Hakim, as you approach, you see this lady sort of talking. She's got sort of this standoffish expression.
Clocking this standoffish. I'm not, like, I wasn't gonna really give her anything anyway, but I am Aryan Shar of Clan Batar, of the Kaganat. And we started looking for her because she was staying with friends of hers at their house. 4 of them have been murdered and she was missing. However, I don't believe she was the one that killed them, as there was evidence of great beasts that attacked, clawed the house, and magic-ish burn marks. So there is a good possibility that she isn't the one that stole your arrowhead, if there's magic afoot.
An interesting story. I suppose you can ask her after I'm done with her. I care not for the story. I simply wish to get back the item that she stole.
Through force or through talking?
She sort of cracks her knuckles. I guess we shall see if she's cooperative.
Right. Derek is no longer here. And he's the talky-talk, and I am not.
He's the one he sort of left behind to say goodbye to the grandpa or something. He's looking at a particularly interesting plan at the moment.
Well, do you know anything about where she might be at the moment?
I do not know where she might be, but from what I've heard, she's looking for a rose garden. And if I know anything about thieves, they usually come back to the scene of the crime.
How did you find... Who told you about some rose garden?
I tracked where she has been. It took me some time. This big city. Does it matter?
Well, I mean, it's a curiosity. We haven't heard anything about a rose garden, and we've been searching for her all day.
Deception.
No, that's not deception. She doesn't know it.
Yeah.
She doesn't? Oh, no.
No,
The rose garden was mentioned. Well, not just with Richard.
Oh, that's
the
right,
rose
yeah.
garden, when it was mentioned at the tavern, or the steaming pot, she was outside with her horse.
Uh-huh. She was outside
So
and
she legitimately doesn't know.
Okay, well, with a 15.
Although I did roll a 17.
That's true.
So not only do I not know, I'm very good at selling it.
Yes, yeah. She sort of frowns. I do not know where you get your information, but perhaps you might want to check your method.
So knuckle cracking and terror is the way to go, I take it.
She certainly looks pissed off.
Mm.
Now, if this is all, I must go back.
Well, I mean,
Go back
my friend
to-
might have a question for you, and I turn around and yell at Derek.
Who's still not here? Screaming toddlers aside. Derek is busy. His foot got stuck in a drain. Terrible, his luck.
Well, where have you searched? I mean, we are all looking for the same woman, so it would be good if we don't look in the same place twice. Yes?
I have went to the taverns, the inns. I discovered she met with a merchant. The old man inside, I found him at another shop. I've actually been asking around for a rose garden throughout the entire city and found one here at the hammam.
It's right next to this bathhouse?
General roses placed here.
Inside the
Find
bathhouse.
anything at the rose garden?
You smell the scent of roses, and you see a couple of like really nice looking curated trees that are on like the second level, and you guess maybe there's something more up.
Well-
I've been watching this establishment for hours. spotted her yet, but she'll be here.
Well, perhaps she has already been here. Yeah, we may as well have a look around since we're already here.
You could be my guest. Uninvited, but a guest nonetheless.
Maybe she will go back to steaming pot. She liked... What's the lady's name? Lou? Lynn. Hui.
Linya.
Watch, Derek's gonna step 5 feet to the left and, ooh, we're going down the elevator again.
Just seems solid stone door. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah,
Derek, you finally catch up to the rest where they're talking to Aguzel, taking your foot out of the drain it got stuck in.
That's what, right?
I'm just trying to give her a viable place to think of that isn't...
You can give me persuasion or deception. I guess it'd be more deception.
I'm a great liar.
Okay.
That's pretty fucking good for Hakeem.
You're a decent liar.
We'll see. Inside check, Aguzel.
Apparently, I chose a bad time to step away to go help put Sibby to bed.
You did! Yeah. I called. You were stuck.
Horse lady's here.
She seems to consider what you said. She might be meeting contacts at other places if she's found out I'm tracking her. Timur, go to the steaming pot, and if you don't find her there, have our other... She sort of gives commands for her little tribe of people to one person each to the places that she has visited before. And Timur sort of nods tersely, sort of looks at you guys and say, farewell. And goes,
Enjoy your
back
hunt.
to his horse.
Yeah.
I shall remain here. The lady herself sort of paces back and forth under this alcohol.
Is there not anything such as what is it? Like a royal garden, perhaps? Something around the palace somewhere?
They do not plant roses, and there's no palace here in the city. There's a governor, that's it.
Mansion.
Aryun, from where you're standing, actually the three of you guys, you can give me... How do I say this? Perception check? Yeah, perception check.
Is this site-based or
Sight-based.
can
Actually-
my dog?
Your dog can assist. Let your dog do that. Maybe she'll smell somebody approaching. Go ahead and roll for Tekwani.
Sounds about right.
Can I just pull her out? It'll be.
Hakeem rolled a 12, or you rolled a 12.
I have
Can
a
you
whopping
pull?
8.
Can you pull Tikwani out?
Oh, yeah, sure. Woof woof. She appears from where she's been licking one of the puddles.
Woof woof. She is definitely a puppy. Although a 14's pretty good, but she's a puppy.
She sort of looks at one of the butterflies and sort of goes chasing after it.
And then hits the end of her leash because she's leashed.
Yeah. Okay. Aryun is the only one that spots it. You see someone approaching the gates, but they are moving slowly. 2 people, actually. They're walking together.
Is one of them like Does it look like my mark?
One of them appears to be an older man. He cloth turban on his head to keep out the sun, and he has this very nicely tailored waistcoat. Definitely on the older side. He's got a bit of white in his beard, and as he sort of carefully comes in, sort of glances in around, and you see that he has two different colored eyes. And behind him, you see a woman sort of wrapped up in this blue sort of headscarf around her, and she sort of pulled it up around her very tightly, trying to keep her face out of sight. And they seem to be looking around for something.
I would call out quite loudly. How do you say the warrior lady's name? Aguzel?
Aikizo? Yeah.
Aguzel. I think I see movement in the bath.
Deception.
And I would say her fucking name. And I'm saying it with loud enough with the intention that my lady person that I'm supposed to be finding
So you're
hears it.
trying to protect Seher and trying to alert
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Fuck me. 11?
Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, let's see.
When did you guys start murder hoboing? Well, it was this session. Session 5.
At least they waited until 5. You see, Aiguzel sort of looks at you, pauses for a breath, and then she sort of frowns and starts walking towards the entrance, pointedly.
I am going to run
I'd
over
like-
and block her.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What do you want to do, Fenric?
Fenric's on my horse.
Yes, I am. I am still sitting behind you on the horse. Sorry, brain was going sideways. Yeah,
Okay.
I still got those. I'd like to use a sorcery point to do a quick. Oh, can I do both? Is that a thing?
I think
What
you
if I
only
just
do one meta magic at a time.
One meta magic at a time, yeah. Unless it specifies you can use it.
Yeah, that's
independent.
what I was double checking, was if I could actually use both, like a
Yeah,
quick
because
and
I know
no,
there
I
is
don't have to
one
use
that
both.
you can use. I know there's one that you can use when you use another one. But if I'm even slightly shy of cutting her off, I am going to run into her.
Yeah.
You managed to cut her off, I'd say.
Okay.
You were close enough.
Yeah.
And Sheeran was big enough.
There.
Yeah.
I'm
But
just
I would
going
totally
to do...
body slam her into the wall if I had to.
Noted.
I'm going to
Fenric,
do
hurry up or I'm gonna jump in.
Sorry, I know I'm doing it. I'm doing a subtle minor illusion, and it's going to be a noise, a sound that is 30 feet. 30 feet. How far is 30 feet? Coming from this direction, at least.
Down from
That's
Nicomund,
as far
okay.
as I can put it, because unfortunately it doesn't have that great of range.
Mhm.
And it's going to be the sound of like a startled woman, and then some quick footsteps as it sounds like she's trying to hurry behind something. It's like a
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Very nice use of that spell. As she sort of goes to storm to the front, she's sort of drawing her bow with one and grabbing an arrow, knocking an arrow with the other. You go to step forward. She hears that sound, and with the warrior's reflex, she quickly gives a glance back, which is what buys you enough of a second to get Shirun right in front of her, blocking her way and her view of the upcoming two people. Let me see if this guy is able to get the message. We just roll a general intelligence.
Yeah, and I was being pretty loud.
Now comes the time to decide. Okay, I'll give them a chance. He sort of ushers her back against the wall, so they're not super far away, but hopefully out of direct line of sight. They sort of flatten themselves against the wall. You hear that. Giselle turns around, and she probably did not hear that. Fairly safe bet.
I told you. I saw movement over there.
There was a woman who just ducked behind those the bushes and run. Did you not hear?
She moves to go and check.
Nicomund, who saw nothing, goes to check as well.
that helps sell it better, actually.
I'm not selling
It
anything.
tracks.
It tracks. Hakeem, Jarek, anything you guys are doing? Just
While
watching this?
she turns her back from the entrance, can I try to stealth out of the entrance? Where
Yeah,
she
go
doesn't
for it.
notice me leaving?
Go for it. She seems fully focused on you. You duck out of her blind spot.
So I can get there, and I will, very hushed, the kid. We are here
Yes.
to find you for Daria and Asu.
Oh,
Iguazel is here. Can you meet us at Dogazaran Inn?
very well. Dogaran Kazan, yes?
Yeah, that one. The Living Cauldron.
She sort of reaches out. I'm supposed to meet a merchant here. They were supposed to take me out of the city. If they come here, will you tell them where I have gone?
Da.
Thank you. And you see the man sort of also nods at you, and we quickly move to step away.
Did we establish that the man is related to the guy we helped into the city? Or was I, like, totally fucking spacing on that shit?
No, I asked
So-
that question, but
Yeah.
it wasn't connected.
Okay.
I mean, it could be a possibility. He's a half orc. Maybe one half is this, but you also remember him saying he's his human mother inside the city. So.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I just, for some reason, I had it in my head that they were related, and I wasn't sure why.
They just both have heterochromia, which is the two different colored eyes.
That's why I thought they were related.
Big word.
Yep. Take a shot.
All right, Nicomund's kind
I
of
did
walking
not
through
drink.
the garden, using his maul to push open like big bushes to see if anyone's in it.
Mm-hmm. She sort of turns around. I see nothing. I'm gonna go check the back.
Great
Y'all
idea.
Check the front. She sort of orders you around right off the bat.
Yes,
Oh, da.
I will check the front.
Okay. She certainly seems distracted. She's gone on bath. But
All right.
what do you guys want to do?
Shall we go now?
Da.
It sounds
But-
like a great plan.
But she's back there, isn't
It's-
she?
In
Nicom-
Russian,
Nicomund.
No,
in Russian, let's go while she's not paying attention.
Nicomund will go, but he's confused.
And I will fill Nicomund in Russian as we walk away that this lady is hunting a person that we're trying to save. And I've established a meeting point. Oh, shit. Except we need to go talk to the merchant.
Merchant?
Yeah, wasn't she supposed to meet a merchant here to talk about smuggling her out of the
Yeah,
city?
she just
Well,
In
can't
Latin,
we get her out of the city?
in Latin, to,
Then
but we
Go
don't know
ahead.
where she's going, and we might not be able to get her where she needs to go. In Latin, to Derek, I will fill him in on what I just spoke with Seher, and maybe you should stay behind a minute and speak with this merchant on our behalf.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I'll find like a bench or something, and I don't know, pull out like a book or something just to like enjoy the environment as I sit and wait.
a nice quiet moment.
There's a murder in the city. Let me just pull out a book. This is a good bench. Okay.
it's
So
a murder
everybody-
mystery book.
And I will tell
Ooh.
him to meet us at the Living Cauldron Inn, because I can't say the other name right ever.
Yes, that's fine. So Derek stays behind. Everybody else is going?
Yep, I am still
Yep.
riding the horse.
Okay. I'm not taking off the scene. Y'all are just not here.
Okay.
That actually worked, guys.
I'm proud
I'm
of
gonna
you.
have. I think I'm gonna
Good
have so much
thinking.
fun trying to figure out what to do with this minor illusion spell.
I respect that. Okay.
I just love that Nicomund is like, okay, let's go look,
Well,
and
yeah, no, it was
unintentionally
great.
sells the lie. I love it.
Nice.
If she kept going and didn't buy into it, I was gonna suggest to her to go sit in the bath and wait for Timur.
Oh,
Oh, brother.
that is a good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I didn't
Yeah,
have
I was
that
getting ready
idea,
for a fight,
but-
man.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's like I was gonna throw one like actual spell at her if it failed. I don't know, knock her on her ass.
My goal was
Okay.
grapple and yell, "Run!"
As
Hey,
the
I
rest of
can now
you-
shoot in melee without freaking disadvantage, so I'm happy.
Nice.
Kapow
As
pow.
the rest of you start
Sorry.
traveling back to Living Cauldron, Derek, you take a while. A couple minutes later, you see sort of a Giselle sort of storm out the front, look around frustrated. She sort of mounts up her horse and rides away, seemingly continuing her hunt somewhere else, completely ignoring you. Another couple minutes pass. You hear
Yes.
steps coming from the front, and a man casually walks in. He's got sort of this purple overcoat, sort of red headscarf that he ties around, covers the bottom part of his face, and it's almost a familiar gait to you, actually.
That token looks oddly familiar.
Wait a minute.
It's our friend.
You recognize the face of Aslan, who's sort of looking around. Psst.
Just kind of like sigh as I see him. It's like, Aslan, over here.
He sort of turns around to you. Ah, my friend! What an interesting place to find you at.
Yes. You know, now that I think about it, it made sense that she was waiting for you.
She?
You're coming here looking for someone?
Oh, I'm just wandering the city. Plenty of sights to
Thanks.
see, you know?
Going into dark corners going, psst, psst.
I mean, yes, I'm not dressed in the best of clothes, but I'm not dressed all in black, wearing a robe and mask, hiding off in a corner either. You weren't looking very hard when you came in. Anyways, you just missed her. Her and her, friend with the two colored eyes.
Ah, by the gods.
So,
You don't know where she went, do you?
of course I do. Oh, would you like to know that information? I would like to know things as well. And
I may
maybe
be
if
able to help with that.
things line up, we can help each other then. Were you actually going to get her out of the city?
Yes, of course. She paid rather well.
Okay. Her and her friend? I assume
Yeah.
it was a no questions asked type situation. You didn't want to know why she was getting out. You just wanted to get her out.
I never do.
And you. This
Plus,
was
I
the
was heard
first.
about the murders. I charged extra. It's always the quiet ones, eh?
What do you know about the murders?
That people were murdered and she's the missing person.
Hmm.
And she's sneaking out of the city. Obviously, she murdered them.
So you're just going on an assumption you don't actually know.
I don't actually care. She
That's
paid
fair.
good.
That's fair.
An honest merc. What a guy.
Trying to decide if I actually want to tell him the information or not.
That's right. We left the morally gray dude in charge of telling the merchant where the frickin' charge is.
I don't know that he's morally gray. I just know he likes to be fancy and talk a lot.
Morally gray talking to morally gray.
So much grayness.
I'll tell you what. I do know where she's headed to, but I don't want her disappearing on me just yet. So the sun's getting close to setting at this point. I will go meet up with her, and I will tell her to come meet us. If you can meet us at the Living Cauldron, say at about midnight. Does that work for you?
Yeah, I can make that work. I prefer the night anyways.
Okay. So, yes, like I said, I'll go meet up with my friends who've got her in a safe location. And then we'll meet you at the Living Cauldron.
I really hope you're not lying to me. I only got half that payment.
Does this look like the face that would lie to you?
You do have a rather unmarked face, he says with his very pointedly scarred face.
I just hold up my hands and go, it's mostly... You slip when you're, like, hemming pants and, like, the calluses, it's all here. I do like to take care of my face because, well, there's a lot of fine women from where I come from.
I like you, you know? Alright, midnight it is.
I'll see you at midnight then.
Above
I'll
table,
take your leave. Yes?
for our contract to be fulfilled, to get the 500 gold,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was 500 gold, right?
Yeah, 100 apiece.
We didn't have to bring her back. We just had to find out what happened to her and make sure she's safe.
Well, let me check. They need to find her and bring her safety if she's still alive.
Bring her safety, but not safely back there. Just that she is safe.
Well, you didn't write a word-for-word contract. I mean, it's up there. Ideally, she would like her back. She did say she would. But they do fear that she might be straight up dead.
Right. Okay.
Worst case, we can run her back and then,
Run her out?
run her back to Asu and then
Or get a letter.
get paid.
Oh.
Well, no, get her back to Asu, get paid, and then help her get out of the city, and get paid. Win-win?
Okay, so
Well, I
once
want to find out from her. I want to find out from her why she hasn't gone back to her people. Why
Mhm.
she's fleeing before
Yeah,
I
we-
send her to her people.
once Ascend leaves, I'll give him like 5 minutes before I get up and walk out myself and start making my way to the Living Cauldron through like a kind of roundabout way, and just keep an eye out to make sure he's not following me, and I don't run into a gazelle and her people.
Okie dokie. You know what? I'm just going to use this map again. I mean, a completely brand new map that nobody has ever seen before. I don't have one, but I want y'all to see. You
Oh my
guys head back to the
goodness.
living cauldron. You guys head back to the living cauldron. There's my PCs. The party.
This architect.
He really gets around.
Hmm?
I don't have any visibility.
I mean, the reality is how
One
many in maps do you actually need?
All of them.
Not very many.
I like variety.
Also, Fox, you have lost the right to criticize the fact that I have one in architect.
I've at least given 3 in maps.
I've given you 2.
Wow. How
Aren't
long
they
has your
the-
campaign been going?
We're not talking about that.
Aren't they the same in, just slightly modified?
I think it's just a
No, they're
texture pack.
clearly
Isn't
different.
Right.
Oh,
It's the
God.
difference
This-
between the standard version and the high-res pack.
The second one has different books on the same shelf.
As we come into the inn, do we recognize any Turkish people here?
Well, it's hard to say right off the bat. There's people of all
Well, there's no
mixes here.
Tamir or
Aguzel?
Aguzel.
Not. They don't.
They
look to
were
be
heading to the steaming pot first, at least. So
here.
we
The tea shop and the others. As you walk in, there
She
is
here?
the same motherly sort of barmaid that sort of greets you, and she says, "Yes, they're waiting for you in that room." And she points to the one on the right-hand side. This one.
Thank you, darling. We very much appreciate it.
I'll bring some tea in for everybody. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Ooh, tea.
Tea. All right. Well, they're inside. I'm gonna need to change that. But they're clearly waiting for you. And when you sort of walk in, they look up and sort of sigh to see it's you and not anybody else. Were you able to tell him?
We left our friend Derek behind.
Oh,
He is very good at blending in and making sure that he, doesn't give himself away. He's much
He
better
will
at
stay
talking than
outside.
I am.
it will be okay.
Yeah. We were hired by insert lady's name.
Asu?
Nope, the other one.
Daria.
Oh,
Daria.
Daria
yes.
to find you. She feared that you were dead and wants to make sure you're safe.
Yes, she is caring for her people.
Can I ask why you didn't go back to her when things went sideways?
You see, she has sort of say this. She has sort of like a perplexed look on her face. She's like worried, kind of anxious. And she's sort of wringing her hands, and you see Shazamon sort of takes over. Well, Seher was thinking of leaving the city. Actually, even before all of this happened. It's
Above the
just
table, isn't
changed.
she a fortune teller or something like that?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
You heard she has particular skills, and you saw that there were drawings. They told you apparently she could use some sort of magical capabilities. Divination, like some sort of divination abilities, what they said. That's why she was so valuable to the Tallow Chandlers, Daria's organization.
So if you wanted to leave before all of this, did you have a falling out with Daria?
No, I met Shazamon. I have a talent, see. And well, it's like this. He was teaching me. He belongs to the Sia Kalam, an organization known as the Black Pen. They practice certain magics, as it were, and he saw potential in me. Well, I was planning to try and pursue that potential. He was teaching me on the side. We didn't really tell Daria at first, but one day I saw he had this particular looking quill, and it called to me. It was magical in nature. And so I started drawing with it. And, well, I drew a creature, among other things. It's like this. Sometimes I can see into the past or the future in visions. It doesn't really make sense. It's not always about something that's connected to me. People approach me, and sometimes, if we're lucky, I can see glimpses of their past, perhaps even their future. It's not a controlled magic, it's quite random, truly. And I thought the pen could be a way to channel the energy. And when I drew that creature, it came to life, and it attacked everybody else in the house, and it was angry and terrible, so I sort of ran away.
Did it try and hurt you?
No. It was sort of screaming.
Was it a
raging.
real creature you saw in the past, or something you just made up?
I just sort of... I don't know. Once I started drawing, I just didn't stop. It just sort of flowed.
Do you still have that pen?
And you see Shazamon reaches out into his thing, and he puts the pen in the middle of the table.
When you use this, has anything else happened when you use the pen, or is this a one and only situation?
This is Ashia Kalama. Those of certain innate magic talents, sometimes those that use it, some of the drawings that they do come to life. It's a rare magic. That's the organization I belong to. We keep it quiet. We search for
Understandable.
members.
Does the future telling only happen by drawing?
That's usually how I channel it. I see these visions, and they can get confusing if I try to use words to describe them. Draw them on paper. It's easier that way.
How long does it take?
Oh. Depends on how detailed the vision is. Some took me a couple of hours. Sometimes the scene just doesn't look right, and I draw it again and again until it does.
Do you know what happened to the creature after you left?
I just ran. I left it behind. I don't know.
And the things that you said sometimes the pen can make things real. Is there usually a time limit, perhaps, or how long these things may last?
From what I understand, they essentially summon these creatures from another plane or create them. They do not disappear, I believe, in the nature that you're asking. They are not constructs or illusions, as it were. They
So the
appear to be-
creature still could be in the city.
Depending on the magic of the person who wields the pen. Some of them can be permanent, some of them disappear back to their plane where they are caught, but they are no illusions.
Okay, taking an educated guess as you understand this pen, the creatures that she summoned, do you think they're still in the city? Or do you think they've gone back to wherever they came from?
I don't know.
That fucking
I've
sucks.
never seen a creature this powerful. Especially if
What-
killed 4 people.
What did it look like?
She sort of takes one of the scraps of paper and she starts
Different
drawing
pen, please.
with charcoal. Not with the black pen. And she sort of starts scribbling away. And you see a creature. It is humanoid in body. It's got a pair of wings. You can't really see any color because it's a charcoal drawing.
Mm-hmm.
It's got sort of... It's vaguely humanoid, but it's also slightly alien body. Like, there are arms, legs, and a tail of sorts, but the muscles are slightly disproportionate to what you're used to. And completely bald, no hair anywhere to be seen. 2 wings that she sort of colors in really darkly. And what look to be sort of flaming horns from the top of its head. A pair of
Can I
horns
roll-
that sort of curl.
Can I roll to see if I would know what kind of creature this is?
Yes, you can roll Arcana or Nature. I'll give you both.
I'd like
Religion
to roll
is
as
also
well.
up there. Okay.
I actually do have Arcana. A whopping 13.
Okie dokie.
6.
Fenric, Aryan, you're completely out of your depth here. The horn sort of vaguely reminds you of maybe something fiendish? Is your rough guess, but the wings sort of throw you off. And they look feathered.
Being since I'm a tiefling,
Mm-hmm.
would I have like advantage on that?
Being as you haven't really gotten in touch with your infernal heritage.
'Kay.
Okay.
No, that's
Pretty-
fine. I just was asking
check.
because
Got to try.
yeah.
Fenric,
Honestly,
you
I
would...
forgot you're a tiefling. I keep thinking.
I always
you're
have my
human.
horns covered.
I know.
She's really subtle about it.
It works
Yeah,
very
wrap
well.
them up in hair, little gems. Fuck yeah.
It works very well because I keep thinking you're human.
Okay, so
Without the
this creature
benefits.
with the flaming eyes and definitely of some sort of fiendish nature. The
Mhm.
wings sort of point angelic in nature, or maybe magical in nature. You haven't seen this creature itself, but you can quite solidly say it's probably a fiend, something summoned, possibly dangerous, given that scorch marks, claw marks,
4
people dead.
corpses.
You know.
Well, I am not
What about-
entirely sure what this is, but my best guess is it is a fiend of some nature. But other than that, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with things of quite its nature.
That is what I suspected as well, Shazamand. You are quite educated in the ways of the arcane. I assumed it was some sort of fiendish creature that's been, how do I say this, mutated or changed in a certain way.
Yes, it doesn't seem like your regular type of fiend. The wings.
Hmm. Maybe some sort of abomination, do you think? A cross of angelic and
Perhaps.
demonic.
Some sort of weird mix of both. I do not know
Mm.
the abilities of this this pen. I don't know what it can do. If this was a fiend, perhaps, and then through the combined magic of the vision and the drawing, perhaps it mutated it in some way and then brought it here, or if it is just a creature of the vision.
Hmm.
I am not entirely sure.
From what I understand, you see, like, Shazman and Fenric are having this. It's the pen acts more of as a channel. It is the gateway, but the force that pulls the creatures through and/or creates them is the wielder itself. That's why we go around looking.
So the wielder is the beacon and the pen is the bridge
Exactly.
to let
exactly.
things cross.
That is a good way to put that. Somebody take a time stamp, because that's a fucking clip right there. Clips all around.
So will
So,
Dario let you leave?
I think
I do not think she would be willing. No. In fact,
Well,
it pains me to leave
So-
her in the first place.
so here's my thought. Okay. We're being paid to find you and make sure you are safe. That was the words used. But if this creature is, we're just going to assume that it's still in the city. We are going to assume that it is going to come after you. We also know that this other lady is after you because of a arrowhead that you stole from her.
Yes. It was.
Did you
Did
actually
steal an
steal it?
arrowhead?
Yeah, she sort of pulls it out. I was trying a ritual to dismiss this creature.
And
Following
it clearly didn't work.
Shazamand's.
do you
as far
need
as I
the
know,
arrowhead still?
it didn't work, so I guess not. Then she also pulls out a shovel and the liquor bottle.
Well,
Sorry, the shovel, but the liquor bottle is with you guys.
we can return the arrowhead, and that will get the angry lady off of your back. She just wanted it. The old. Well, no, I did not mean the old gentleman. I will not comment about such things. I know nothing about this several.
Um,
We can return the arrowhead, but perhaps we can say if you get outside of the city, we can say find the merchant who will bring you from inside to out. He will confirm that you are outside of the city where it is safe and that you are alive. We can go back to what's her name? Daria?
Daria.
We can go back to Daria and tell her that you are safe and alive with some sort of proof.
or
And
I was thinking if you wrote us a letter or
this
something.
way, yes, maybe this way that everybody is happy, yes, because you want to leave the city even before this this terrible accident, but because
Well, so what I was
Daria
thinking,
wants you back and safe.
because what I was thinking is Our contract is to find out what happened to you, and if you were still alive, make sure you were safe. The city is clearly not safe for you because of these creatures that we are assuming are going to also try and kill you. They didn't because you ran, and were the only one that was successful in getting out. And then we found you and made sure you were safe. Safe just happens to be outside of the city because this creature is clearly hunting for you.
That's why I was thinking of leaving in the first place.
Mhm.
To
I'm just making a story so that we can get paid.
Yes.
I was thinking of leaving the city so that if it ever comes back for me, nobody else would get harmed.
But you were going to leave beforehand anyway.
I was considering taking some time to go meet with the elders of the Black Pen and study under them.
And where are the elders?
Far distant from here. They don't live near cities, they actually wander quite a bit. Chasman knows more. The door opens and Derek sort of peeks his head in.
You guys talk really loud for trying to have private conversations. You know that, right?
No,
I was not whispering. I just believed that we
the
were
door was closed.
in a good group. But,
The door
Back
was
to you.
closed, but the walls are thin.
You did not hear me say anything.
exactly.
It's
2
not-
ears, 1
not a
mouth.
lie.
He says no words.
I'm assuming it's because you just weren't talking, because your voice you can hear halfway across the city.
I take a sip of my tea.
So, Derek,
Yes.
how much of that did you hear? Because at this point, the plan is to get this woman and this man out of the city because there's a demon creature, fiend creature, trying to kill her, and our job is to make sure she's safe. And I need you to sell the story because I'm not good at it. Because I want to get paid.
I'm sure you can all fill me in on the details, and yes, we can pass along. That's not going to be an issue. Getting her out of the city is not going to be that hard either, because guess who her contact was that was meeting her at the gardens?
It's
Let me guess.
The orc.
Islian.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, Aslan. So he'll be here at midnight.
Okay, pretty good.
It
So,
was...
as a note, he will suck your soul out of your body and keep all of your
yeah.
gold.
Yeah, he will.
Where did
She
this come
does
from?
not like him.
Where did I lose
She
you?
doesn't like him. No, he's
Honestly,
an
that's
extortionist.
part of the money. Anyways,
I known a woman
Yeah.
like this one time.
So
Oh,
yeah, he
man.
like I said, he'll be here at midnight. He thinks that we have Seher stashed somewhere in the city. So you're supposed to meet him here at midnight. I assume in my absence you have been all discussing the events, and we've also determined that she's not a murderer.
No, just the bearer of an unfortunate accident.
She sort of
Okay.
holds up the picture of this fiendish creature to show to you.
And then I'll just do like a
Technically,
ta-da!
technically, she didn't kill anybody. She accidentally summoned this thing, and that is what killed them. And then she ran away, so we don't know if it was actually trying to kill her or not, or just,
I would say
you know.
a fiend that likes to kill people probably doesn't discriminate.
Nicomund, as
But-
you're sipping your tea or your drink, and the guys are talking, the group is talking, you sort of feel yourself, are you nodding off, or are you paying attention?
I'm staring at the pen.
Mm-hmm.
Just. I'm gonna say, how much do you charge to tell the future?
If you get me out of the city, I could do it for free. You already saved my life once.
Deal.
I will try not to use the pen, actually, this time, if that's alright with you. Or I could
Oh.
just... I'll use charcoal, like before.
I'll turn to the group and say, do we need Aslan? We can just walk out, right?
Do we have key
I-
to door?
Yeah. Also, I don't remember the pattern of stones.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
a good
he
point.
knows the
Aslan
best.
does have his uses, and I mean,
He
He
really
is
wants
to
to
be
get
to be
paid.
fair, she's also paid him.
Yeah.
So I would kind of hate for her to waste that money.
Now, what if Derek and I quietly go meet with Daria in back door? Let her know Seher is safe but needs to get out of city to be safe for good. We get paid, we come back, we all leave together.
That's a much better plan because I really need to leave the city too.
This
My
sounds good,
question
because that festival
is,
sounds like where we need to go.
would Daria recognize Seher's handwriting?
She is a spy. I think she would. I could hide a coded message in it.
You could
Or
write on.
Or at the very least, just write a note saying what they say is true and sign it.
Put it on the back
Because-
of the other drawing. Say this thing is loose in the city. We're running.
To draw it out.
Right away.
Oh yeah, write it out. So
Scribble.
I'll take the
That
note.
is a
pocket it.
really good. That is a really good idea, Nicomund. I'm very impressed.
Nicomund's just staring at the pen.
You could just take it. You hear that whisper, that breathy. It's almost like if the wind had a voice. Just it's right here. It's right there.
Nicomund,
Nicomund's
you
gonna
good?
sit down.
Huh.
Yes, I'm fine. Why?
Well, you look like you're trying to look through the walls.
I'd like to just
Sorry.
reach over and hand Sahara the pen. Just gonna carefully pick it up, look at it for a second, and then just hand it over to her. I
Mhm.
believe that you are the one who knows the most about this. You should keep out.
I do not wish to touch it ever again, actually.
You mean the guy,
Okay,
or do you want to give
Shazam.
it to the guy?
Shazban
Shazban.
reaches out, wraps it in a little bit of a silk cloth, and tucks it back somewhere safe.
Nicomund just watches it go wherever he puts it.
So we have a plan, yes?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
if the
there's-
Should we
two,
help?
Because
if
there's
the
a
two men.
good.
Sorry, I was just gonna say if the two men go and let her know the plan, Daria. We will stay here, Nicomund, Fenric, and I, and my puppy will stay here to protect you in case something happens, and then we will all go when Ashland comes.
Don't look
Derek.
at me, tell me what you're doing.
Derek, you are sneaky. Correct?
I wouldn't say I'm sneaky, no.
Insight check?
Deception?
That's a nat fucking 20.
Man. Not a guaranteed success.
The inner character tension
But
is
for
just...
26, that's
What did you roll? I can't see it. Did you roll private?
I did.
Yeah. It's amazing.
apparently it was good. It was
Okay,
either
yeah.
2 nat 20s from both of them or something like really close.
Okay.
Well, it's-
So, as Derek says, I wouldn't say I'm stealthy. Hakeem, you are a you have your ability to tell if someone's a fighter. And it's not that he's lying per se, it's just there's something about his build that conflicts with a little bit of what he's saying. He walks too carefully sometimes. Just gracefully almost. Cat-like way. Like it's just giving you just the barest register on your danger sense. But you could
Kind
be
of
wrong.
picking up on that, but that he's not trying to be open about it. I'll just turn towards him and, come, I'll show you. Look, there is curfew, no? We must not get caught.
Oh, that's right, the curfew. That comes down to nightfall, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it was like sunset when we all got here.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's more of a case. I'm just really lucky. I didn't see any guards on the way back.
You came back right as it was on the setting.
Oh, okay.
For my lovely viewer, he rolled a 20.
You rolled a what?
He rolled a
Dude,
what?
Hakeem's, he rolled a
25.
total of 25.
Nice.
Da-da-da-da.
Except I didn't need that 20 because I did on a 16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't matter, because I still beat you. I know you're sneaky and you lie.
About what?
I don't lie, I just don't tell the truth.
And
There's a difference.
he's really good at not telling the truth.
You could win
So,
by
like,
an inch
peek
for
my
a
head,
while,
look
but wins
outside,
the
and see
win.
that it's dark. It's like, well, if we're going, we probably should go.
Ah,
I kind of look you up now because, like, your robes are like white, aren't they?
they're like dusty tan.
Okay.
Like
So,
Jedi
when they
color
leave, I'm gonna
robes.
sit down facing the door with my bow drawn.
Okay.
And when I say robes,
And
it's
I'm gonna
more,
have my dog beside me.
Okay.
when I say robes, it's more like rags.
Yeah.
All right. So the two of you side.
Before we go out, I'll just kind of rummage around in my bag and pull out this long, like, velvet black cloak. With like a crimson on the inside. And just drape it around Hakeem's, like, just so that we don't stand out like a beacon at night.
With my robes is color of sand.
Yes, and not the color of darkness.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling we'll have a better chance if you're not so obvious.
In Latin, if they find us, you run, I distract.
I have a better feeling that I can talk our way out of it.
If not, I am fast, I distract, then I run.
We'll see what happens.
All right.
Head out the door.
Okay. The two of you are traipsing. Give me stealth checks as for the rest. As the time passes for the other two, what are you guys doing? Just chilling? Having a
I'm
late
gonna
night?
ask.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Shazaman. So, how does the pen work? Do you just draw? Do you got to say magic words?
Well, if the wielder has a certain type of ability, they usually just draw. And things that well, there has to be a special paper as well.
Oh, do you have any
Just
special
a-
paper?
I do. Why do you ask?
Can I try it?
Sure, why not? And he sort of takes out one blank page of the black pen and sort of puts it in front of you. I would be very careful about what you draw. Something small and harmless, perhaps.
Fenric
Well,
will
I thought-
raise an eyebrow, realize that you can't see it, put it back down, raise the other eyebrow.
Well, I thought it drew the future. Isn't that what? And then like the creature is
Well-
just an accident.
That was her ability. She has those visions. The drawing is like a conduit, per se. It helps focus what she is trying to see.
Oh, so if I draw, it won't draw the future for me.
No.
If you want to see your future, I can help you.
Yeah, I want to
Like-
see my future.
It could also be your past. I don't control which direction it goes in. Sorry.
Yeah, do you need special paper for future telling?
Just a bit of time and some focus.
And I'll reach into my pack. Oh, I don't have any parchment anymore. I gave it away.
There's plenty of parchment
Uh,
on the table that you can use.
Yeah, no, it's already sitting there.
All right, I'll push the parchment over and hand the pen. And if I didn't hold the pen, I'd direct the pen over to the other side.
She grabs a piece of charcoal. If it's alright with you, I might need to... I could touch your hand or some important item.
And I hold out his
Yes.
hand.
Connection. Alright. She just very gently just taps the back of your hand and she closes her eyes. You feel the faintest little tingle on the back of your hand as she sort of focuses. She just sort of sits there. And she sits there. She sits there a little bit more. And you're like, something happening? Your arm starts to get a little bigger. Just holding it up there. And she sort of opens her eyes. And there's almost like tears gathering at the corner. And she grabs the paper and she starts drawing. And it's these rough, bold lines sort of curving across. And then there's like a sort of squarish building right in the center. And it starts to take shape. And it looks like a familiar scene to you. It's a building, wooden, not too big, on fire. One of the windows cracked near the top. It's a scene you can't forget from your past. There is a small hand that's sort of pressed up against the glass as the flames lick the side. And right in front of it all, there's just the silhouette of a figure holding a hammer that's just watching this entire scene. And she sort of stops, drops the charcoal, and sort of shakily turns it towards you. That's what I got.
Nicomund looks spooked. Is Arion said she was facing the door, but is Fenric watching?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be watching because he's curious about the whole process himself.
Looks at Fenric, looks at the drawing, and doesn't know what to do.
I sincerely hope this was your past and not the future. Because I do not know what that building is with that little hand. Is that someone's child? Oh, no. You
Nicomund's just
are a man of mystery, it seems.
And
then-
we'll shift to the
Nicomund
other two.
Look,
doesn't even touch the paper.
You see Seher sort of like also looks at it like scared, and like Shazama try to calm her down once again. As we shift our leaving these group to go over to another.
we can't hear you, Amber.
Oh, sorry. When she looks scared, Tekwani goes over and like puts her head on her and like just nuzzles her because she's a puppy and she's like intuitive.
Emotional support
that's so
puppies are the best.
cute. Seher sort of hugs the puppy. Okay. All right, the other two. Sneaky 1 and Sneaky 2. You rolled 18 for Derek, 21 for Hakeem.
The
Quite-
21's because of the black cloak.
Sure.
For sure.
Uh-huh,
That and the lack of shoes definitely helps. You guys are sneaking through the city, pass by several guards, sort of pass by in the distance. You duck behind corners, and you make your way back to that strange alleyway.
It was hidden door somewhere, and I'll start feeling the wall for door.
Somebody give me a perception or investigation.
I got 6 to perception. What do you got?
Do you guys both have dark vision? Or do you need a torch? How are you traveling?
I think this is the group that pretty much nobody has.
Yeah,
dark
no one's
vision.
got dark vision.
Nobody has dark vision in this group. While the other group,
do.
everybody has dark vision.
I do. I have
one of
good
us-
dark vision.
If I'm looking around, we're on our own in this alley. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing that would seem like anyone's going to make a big hubbub about it.
Not much. I mean,
Okay.
light will travel, so candle or a hood lantern perfect for now. You could
I
flash
just-
back to say you picked up a lantern before you left the tavern if you want.
Lanterns are bright.
Hooded lantern is an option.
I was gonna go for this.
What is this?
This?
Ah, dancing lights.
I just
okay.
hold out a hand and like this little faintly glowing ball of light just appears.
Ooh, fancy. Okay.
Just the one. Only need the one. And would you say that Derek's got like a better than vague idea of where the door was?
Yes, with the light, it helps you. You find it a lot faster. You open it up. Yeah, you open it up. You know the trick to it now. You sort of walk in, and it's darker than you remember. Lights are all sort of dimmed, but at your entrance, you see someone comes out and sort of dressed like in her night clothes. She's got like a dressing gown sort of wrapped. It says, Jeria comes to you guys. Do you bring news?
Yeah, we found Seher, and she's currently in the process of getting out of the city. And I just pull the note and the drawing out of the pocket and hand it over. It's like, this is the creature that she inadvertently summoned. This is what killed everyone, and this is why she's running.
This is not good.
Do you know what that thing is?
Not in the slightest, but I would not have one of my girls running away in the city. It would bring a scrutiny upon our organization. Could you This creature, could you track it down and kill it? Remove it.
The short answer is yes. The long answer is for a price.
That is to be expected. How much?
Well, you would be hiring the Slavic sword, so my friend will demand fair compensation.
And as as Akeem starts talking, Derek just reaches a hand over and goes, "It's curfew. The walls are thin. Use your indoor voice."
This is my
Jesus
indoor voice.
Yes, bring it down a couple notches.
This is my indoor voice.
There you go.
I am Slavic sword.
An additional 20 gold per person.
20 is generous, but it doesn't feel enough to warrant such a risk to our lives. 30 would be better.
30 it is then.
Then we'll do what we can. I can't make any promises. From the description that we've received, may be hard to... I don't think it'd be hard to locate, but it might be hard to deal with.
Wait here. She sort of walks away and you hear her rummaging around corners. She comes out with a small little chest and she says, 650 gold pieces. Remove the problem. Bring back my Seher. If you misuse it, we will find you.
See, there's two issues I'm having here. We didn't say anything about bringing her. We don't have a way of contacting her. She's gone. We will remove the threat of the creature to ensure that your people in the city are safer. But Seher is beyond our reach now.
Deception.
We did not say bring back. We said safe. Oh, man. Come on.
19?
That minimum fucking is the worst. The minimum you can roll is 19.
If it makes you feel any better, next level that goes up to 21. I told you I'm going to break every social encounter you have.
Okay.
And you let him play the character.
Oh, don't worry. I was being generous at starting.
Yep, now the DC is gonna go up to 30.
You see, she sort of looks at you for a second and she goes, I need Seher back. Give me the contact of whoever brought her out. After you kill the creature, we shall get her to return. Dealing with the criminal record is no issue.
It's clear to me that you have experience in the less savory side of business. Did you really expect me to take a name?
Yes. A description would be nice. Which path did she take? I don't think you understand. My girls are like my daughters. I take care of them.
I do understand that. However, the person we paid the description I can give you, they were wearing traditional clothing, like local clothing. They kept their face covered. It seemed like they were making an effort to disguise their voice. We met after dark. It was very much a don't ask, don't tell. They didn't ask why we spent so much money to get her out, and we didn't ask for their name or how they intended to get her out.
Did you tell you where she was going, at least?
No.
Right.
If you
That-
consider them your daughter, sometimes as parent, you must let kids go. Let them grow. Maybe they find their way back in time.
Oh, of that I'm aware. I would just prefer to know where they went, so I can keep an eye on them. All right. Take your gold. Remove the creature.
It's a pleasure doing business. Grabs the chest, just turns and leaves.
Ah,
Oh, before you go, your friend had a request of us. She's gonna hand you just a folded up piece of parchment. She wanted to track some men, yes?
ah,
This is the information.
Oh, for the horse, yes. I'll just see that she gets it. Take the letter,
Oh.
pocket it, out we go.
She
I
waves you
forgot I
off.
still needed to go after him because I got word of where the horse went, so I was just like, okay, we're going to see the horse now.
All of my players have ADHD. Okay. Well, give me another stealth check just to see how you get back. Come on, come on. Not bad,
Nice.
not bad. 18 and 19, good enough. You managed to go by a different route, but also sticking quiet to the shadows. You get back into the living cauldron.
yeah,
The chest.
maybe you need...
As soon as the door opens, I like draw my bow.
Maybe I need what?
cloak. And I put his black cloak back on him because I'm more stealthy.
I still say the cloak helped hide you.
You swish into the living cauldron in the room with your crimson and black cloak. Walk
Arrow
right
in
into
your face,
Aryan's arrow right in your face.
and
you see
Tekwani jumps up and growls at you.
Finger on top of the arrow, just pushes it down. It's like, that's not called for.
Well, we didn't know
Nicomund
it was
gives-
you. You didn't do the knock.
We didn't discuss a knock.
I know. We should next time.
And last time, I just walked in. Why was there not an arrow in my face then?
Because we didn't have a plan about that.
We didn't have a plan about it this time either.
Yes, we did. You went to go tell the lady what was happening. We were going to protect these two. That was the plan.
Seher sort of pops up over Aryan's elbow. So, how'd it go? Actually, come in.
Yeah, so comes in, closes the door, and when Aslan arrives, get out of the city and don't come back.
That's what she said?
No, that's what I'm telling you.
Oh.
She seems
Possessive.
overly possessive.
She is protective. Especially after 4 of us have died.
She wanted to know where you're going. Do you want her to know that information?
I suppose we could tell her.
Well, I already kind of told her that you didn't have that information, so
I could write her a letter, pass it through someone.
preferably not
I
me.
know.
That would not go over
I know.
well.
I know.
Other
if I
than
could,
us,
I can
yeah.
send a message. So I have to leave then.
You wanted to leave.
It is still a daunting prospect. I was considering it.
Before
Just-
we get all going, I am very curious about what you did earlier with Nicomund. I'd like to
Oh,
kindly
what?
ask if you could do the same to me. The vision, the drawing that she gave you, though hopefully this time a bit less creepy.
Could that be
Are you
something that's
sure?
saved to next time
Yeah.
because it's 10 after midnight already?
Yeah, closing.
Okay.
As you ask that, for a second, the room you see Seher sort of, there's a drop of sweat that sort of goes down as she looks back at paper. The first thing that she drew was the creature, and then right after that was Nicomund's theme, which was also quite terrifying, and her hands start shaking, just trembling just a little bit, and she goes,
I'll softly reach out my hand and just gently put my hand on her arm, and it's like, it's okay.
I don't know if I want to do that. And her breaths start to get just a little bit faster. And Hakeem, you're familiar with this. She looks to be on the verge of having a panic attack.
Ekwani goes over and comforts.
At that, you all notice there is a line of fire that appears behind her. Just a rip of molten fire. A clawed hand sort of pulls through. Another one sort of pushes it open. And it steps through, and the fiery, nope, I'm not going to say fiery crack. Well,
Like me after Taco Bell.
Did someone say tacos?
I ruined my own immersion. Okay, well,
So,
the portal closes behind her.
The problem is you never realize what something is until you see it.
Yeah, a creature steps through, and it looks right at where Fenric had a hand on her arm. Let go of her. And it's the creature. It's not a chain angel, it's a half diva. But we will carry this next week. Some people have to run. Sorry,
That
we're
is
running a little bit over time.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh,
Can you pop the picture?
Oh yeah, I should. This was about as close
Sorry.
as I could get
that's really cool.
God, it's beautiful.
an image. But yes, we'll see what happens next session. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed watching.
So he's protective.
A fiendish the protector, or just
Ooh.
wants to keep her for himself.
I
guess
mean,
we'll
look
find
at
out next
him.
session.
Look at him. He's gorge.
all
Don't
right,
just look at the apps.
real quick, I want to give a thank you to Geek Ledger and Edging on Snowboard for giving us a follow. Appreciate you
you.
guys.
Woo.
Thank you.
Until next time, which will be Tuesday at 6
Yeah.
p.m.,
Yeah.
Amber will be running
Tuesday
the
this week.
When Nine Lights Rise.
Session